the Brits, UK, England, everybody coming over here for the World Cup. First off, you guys are awesome. I have seen so many videos talking about how you guys have had a great experience in America. I love it. I love it. But I have a question. Why are you guys so baffled about these yellow school buses? And why did you guys think they were fake?
Hey, New England, heads up. The Scots are coming, and they're arriving in more than 20 school buses that they're renting to try to get to Foxborough in a more affordable way during the World.
Moving on, this British tourist actually admitted to waking up at the crack of dawn just to catch a glimpse of the yellow school bus in real life. Turns out, they honestly believed this bus only existed in Hollywood movies or episodes of The Simpsons. Let's hear their mind-blown reaction.
I woke up early just to see this yellow bus in real life and not in the movies.
Next up, a British expat who has lived in the US for 3 years explains why Americans shouldn't take offense at this obsession. For people from the UK, seeing this bus is pure nostalgia. It's like watching their favorite childhood movie characters come to life right before their eyes. Let's hear his beautiful explanation.
I didn't realise how bent out of shape some Americans get about how much us Brits like your yellow buses, your school yellow buses. I'm really sorry that we enjoy seeing them. As a Brit now living in America and have been here for nearly 3 years, I have lived in Dubai. They had yellow buses there. Nah.
But in this next clip, a British creator questions how this entire school bus system actually works. Since states like Texas are absolutely massive, they're genuinely curious. Does the bus pick up every student right in front of their house? Or is there a specific bus stop? Let's check out their question right now.
America is just like the movies, and I can't believe it. We saw this school bus on the way back from Fort Worth, Texas today, and I think I'm too English to understand, but do people actually get this to school every single day? Because I'm starting to realise that Texas is so big that this probably comes to their house. Does it come to their house, or is there like a place it picks them up? I don't understand how the school bus system works. I also just thought they existed in movies. I was actually way too excited when I saw this. The fire engines as well are another level of cool. The fire engines just look so sick.
Finally, this clip explains the huge difference in student transportation. In the UK, students usually just take regular public double-decker buses, crowding up the second floor with their friends, rather than riding a bright yellow dedicated school bus like in America. Let's check out the comparison.
School bus in the UK is so different to an American school bus energy. Like, I'm talking on the way to school, we had double-decker buses.
Okay.
So I would sit with my friends at the front on the top level.
Okay.
And as the years progress, you would move back in the bus. So like school kids going, oh, and then you'd kill a pigeon. Because the bus would run into a pigeon. We'd cheer, we'd be like, yeah, we got one!
The humble American school bus has literally transformed into a major tourist attraction. Honestly, the pure excitement these foreigners feel when seeing a yellow bus is exactly the same as Americans losing their minds over red telephone booths or double-decker buses in London. And check this out. During the World Cup, Scottish football fans found a genius way to get to the stadium in Foxborough. They literally rented out an entire fleet of Rhode Island yellow school buses, packed them with tens of thousands of dollars worth of beer, and turned them into a massive rolling block party on their way to the match. Talk about the ultimate American experience.
Spoke to a few bus companies and the prices were incredible. So we then had a little bit of a joke. Let's get some school buses, the schools are off. And all of a sudden we rented almost every school bus in Rhode Island. We've also got about $16,000 of beer. And then we've got the biggest backlot party in tailgate you've ever seen.
I got to ride with the Tartan Army for Game 1 against Haiti.
And it's a lot more comfortable than I was expecting. And it's super fun out here!
School buses back home are traditional larger buses. The yellow bus idea is more kind of, we watch it on The Simpsons, really.
Next up, a local resident in South Carolina decided to show the internet the reality of these buses during the summer break. Walking through a school parking lot packed with hundreds of yellow buses, they wanted to prove once and for all to European viewers that these vehicles are 100% real, everyday transport, and definitely not just Hollywood movie props. Let's take a look at this massive lineup.
This is for all of the European people, Brits and anyone else who don't believe that school buses are a real thing in the U.S. Of course they are. I'm at the high school, coming up to the library. You know, school's not in session right now because it's summertime. I think they have summer classes, but here you go. Here are our school buses, and of course they're real.
Turns out that Europeans think that school buses are fake, but check this out. Here's a school bus, as seen.
Finally, this clip shares a fascinating experience from someone who lived in Spain and Japan. In those countries, school transport actually uses high-end tour buses, sometimes even equipped with Wi-Fi, due to long commutes that can take up to 2 hours. It's a massive contrast to the classic, minimalist design of the American yellow bus. Let's see how they compare.
Like when you went to school, you rode a school bus to school and back. Because I remember when I lived in the US, the schools that I went to, they didn't have school buses. But then I moved to Spain and we had school buses, but not like an American school bus. They were tour buses, I'm not gonna lie. Some kids live like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And then when I moved to Japan and I moved off base, I lived an hour away from my school, just from base. And I remember the first time I ever took a school bus, and it was a tour bus, and I had to be at the bus stop by 5:30 in the morning. And then some kid in front of me threw up. That's the last time I ever took a school bus. And then we decided to move on base and I was able to walk to school. But like, I'm genuinely curious, who in the US has like actually ridden a school bus to school in their school years? Because I don't know if I've ever met somebody who has. I'm not talking about like Dodea's school buses, which are tour buses that you're on and they have Wi-Fi because some kids are on there from 5 in the morning. I'm talking about US yellow school bus.
At the end of the day, Americans should be seriously proud of their country. What might seem like a boring, everyday school bus to locals is actually a legendary piece of global pop culture that brings movie magic to life for millions of tourists, with the World Cup in full swing. It's amazing to see these cultures collide in the coolest ways possible. If you grew up in the US, what's your favorite memory riding these yellow buses? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more.